Welcome, everybody, to the Jim Master Show live entertainment lifestyle talk show series. How are all of you? It's nice to see your smiley faces and welcome. This is Double Lovety Day. That means that we are doing 2 episodes of our entertainment lifestyle talk show series. Earlier today, we had a wonderful Irish singer, musician, and actress, Rosa O'Reilly, live from Derry, Ireland. She is the cousin of Keith Harkin, who you know from Celtic Thunder, and wonderful singer and songwriter himself, and Rebecca Harkin, too. Both were guests on our shows individually, and Keith was on when he was in Portugal, and Rebecca Harkin, another brilliant singer-songwriter, his sister and Rosa's cousin, she was on when she was in Australia. So Rosa was on, and we had an epic episode. If you didn't know, we were on earlier today, 2 p.m. Eastern. We were on because it was 7 p.m. Eastern for her in Ireland, and she's only 14 years old, and she was on The Voice UK Kids, and she knocked them dead. She was really terrific. So if you missed that episode earlier, it was really great. She performed live. We also had some clips from The Voice and other cool things. We just had an epic conversation. How is everybody? We just got in from a nice cycle and walk adventure with family and friends along the coast. As you know, we live just a couple blocks from the ocean along the coast in the greater New York tri-state area in New York. But we're along the southern New England coast between New York and Boston, and we're right here by the ocean. And it's a spectacular evening right now. It's nice. It's probably like in the, I'd say maybe low 70s, upper 60s. The sun is setting on the coast. Everybody's out walking and cycling and playing tennis. Really beautiful. So in between both shows, we wanted to sneak out and get some fitness and exercise in, cycling and walking along the coast. Matter of fact, we posted a quick video on our Facebook page and also on our Instagram, all at jimmasterstv. You can check it out, sort of squeeze that in. We didn't have time for dinner yet. There just wasn't enough time between the other episode of jmslive ending and then preparing this episode and then doing the cycling and the biking to have the dinner. So we have a great dinner waiting for us, which we'll have after the show. Good to see your smiley faces. This is a place that we created about a year ago. Actually, it is. This week will be 1-year anniversary of the Jim Master Show live entertainment lifestyle talk show series. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all the amazing guests we've had and the countless viewers from around the world. And also, we reached over 400 episodes this weekend. Our 400th episode, I believe, was on Friday. No, it was on Saturday night, actually. We're at 402 now, which is unbelievable. 7 days a week, live. And sometimes 2 shows a day like we're doing right now. We're doing 2 shows. And we love it. I love doing this stuff. I love communicating and hanging out with you guys. It's a pleasure. We toast all of you and you and you and you, as we always do here on the Jim Master Show Live. Sip, sip. It's a nice Sunday evening, and thanks for joining us. We're going to have a lot of fun because we have an extraordinary performer on our show, Cyvella, joining us. She's a brilliant singer and songwriter, musician, actress. She's extraordinary. Born originally in Greece, raised in the UK, here in the United States, in New York. She's been a part of groups. She has a solo career that is knocking them dead. And we are so excited to have her here on the Jim Master Show Live. We're going to have great music, great conversation. Of course, on this show, you get to comment during the live show. And that is really cool. Not everybody lets you do that, but we also comment. You get to comment. We can even show your comments as well. So if you ever post during the show and you don't want us to show your comment, just say don't show and we won't show your comment. Because some people like to comment, but they don't want it to be visual. So that's perfectly fine. We don't have to show all of them. But you just let us know and we'll follow your lead. Also, we would love it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Boy, that is amazing. So many of you have done that, and we welcome you to do that. It's really important because it helps us continue to create all this great content that you enjoy, all these episodes every single day, plus other content that we have on the channel for you at Jim Masters TV. And also, there's a new series that we're creating that we're going to be adding to our channel, which we're working on right now, which is really, really exciting. So The channel you're watching right now is Jim Masters TV, and we would love it if you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. It's that little bell you see, I think it's in the upper right-hand corner where you see the red button says subscribe. Just click that, and then the notification bell so you never miss any episodes of JMS Live, the Jim Masters Show Live. And also sometimes we do unannounced pop-up shows, host chat levity episodes, and a lot more. So I know you don't like to miss that sometimes. So click the notification bell, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really does help the channel big time, and it allows us to be able to continue this great series, this great community of levity that we've created here on the show. And you're going to hear that word a lot bantered around because this show has a lot of levity, positive energy, inspiring conversations, amazing guests, a worldwide audience of levities and our levity squad, and we welcome all of you. Let's check in with some of our fantastic levities as we speak. I'm looking here, and we have a lot of great people that are chiming in. Again, Cyvella is our special guest tonight, live from New York City. She's absolutely amazing. She's a dear friend, and she's all excited to be here, and she's going to be on with us live in just 2 seconds. First, let's check in with our viewers. Again, we are very interactive here. Kathleen Walker, hope you all had a great weekend. We did, and it's even better now that you are here. Thanks for joining us, my friend Kathleen, who is also in New York City. Denise is here. Hi, Jim. Hi, Denise. Good to see you as well. And cheers to you. And Crystal Nolan in Connecticut, cheers. And Kathleen says, hey, Jim, good to see you again. That's right. Double levity, show number 2 for today. Hi, everyone. Enjoyed the short video you posted earlier. Yeah, when we were cycling and walking along the coast, we posted that on our YouTube channel. Not a YouTube channel. This is our YouTube channel. On Facebook, boy, there's so many things you got to keep up with. It was on our Facebook pages and Instagram. We're on the YouTube channel right now, I think. Good to see you, Kathleen. Jennifer Barry says, Jim, love your shirt. I have to get Ken one so I can cuddle with him. Spring love is in the air. Sounds good. Cuddling is good. Thank you, Jim. Charlene, good to see you as well. How exciting. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We love having you here. And Cyvella, love it. That's awesome. And she's amazing. And hi, Jim Lovities and guest. Happy spring. Love this weather. Awesome. Love it. Hi, everyone from Crystal. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Looking forward to an exciting show with inspiring conversation, amazing music, and levity. Absolutely. And we say hello to all of you as well, all the levities, and spread the word about the show, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that fun stuff. And hello from New York. Good stuff. You're saying you don't hear anything in Ireland there, but we're getting sound here. So not sure what's happening on your end there, my friend, but you might want to check things out. And thanks for joining us, Chris from Ireland, and hello from New York. Good to see everybody. So we've got an amazing guest coming up. As I mentioned, Cyvella is here, and she is extraordinary. And Cyvella is meant to incorporate all the thoughts that she's never expressed over the years, especially since, she has this relationship, very strange relationship, she says, with her deep and passionate desires. They have always tortured her, she said. There's a multicultural, professional, and deeply personal outlook to this new solo project, which we're going to have an exclusive sampling of tonight, produced by award-winning fellow Brit David Laurie. Cyvella embodies a palette of electronic sounds that do not fall into a specific genre. It's part of rock, part punk, part atmosphere, part jazzy, part rock opera, much of the spectrum that is marlainangelides. Yes, background as a professional performer. There is no separation between sound and persona. We're very excited to welcome Cyvella to the Jim Masters Show live and direct from New York City. Cyvella, welcome to the show. It's good to have you with us.
Hello, hi. Thank you for having me. Hello to all the lovities. And thank you for having me back, this time in a slightly different form. So thank you to everybody for coming back to say hello.
Oh, absolutely. I want to show you some of the cool comments coming in from the levities already. Hi, Cyvella. Welcome to Levity Hall from Crystal in Connecticut.
Hi, Crystal.
Kathleen in NYC says, hi, Cyvella, and welcome.
Hi, Kathleen.
Denise says, welcome, Cyvella. You are now a lovety.
Yay!
Actually, she's a lovety twice.
Number 2.
And we'll explain that in just a second, right? Hey, Cyvella, happy spring from Jennifer, who's watching in Allentown, PA,
Great.
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Great.
Cool
Hello.
stuff. So there's a little bit of I mentioned just in the intro, a little bit of this cool story of Cyvella. And people may be doing a double take a little bit saying, wait a minute, boy, does she really look like Marlene? But she looks a lot like Marlene. Does she have a twin sister named Cyvella? Tell us about this cool new project and new vision and mission tying into your passions and everything that you're known for with this new theme of Cyvella. It's really cool.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I guess the whole thing started sort of beginning of this pandemic situation where I felt like I needed to put together something that was forming inside me, probably from the frustration of being stuck inside.
Yeah.
And I had all these sort of past ideas that I had sort of put away in a box. And I thought, well, maybe it's time for them to come out. I kind of took a look at what I've got. I searched. I knew that I wanted to do something that was solo. And to explain that, as Marlene, I've always been a front woman. I've always done band work. I love being a member of a band. I'm currently also the female front for Led Zeppelin, the all-female Zeppelin band. And I felt like this would be an opportunity to try and do something on my own. So when I finally decided, I thought, well, let me try and do a crowdfunding campaign, see if this will, come together somehow financially so that I can do it. And that was very successful. I had a lot of support from people who were interested to see what I would come up with. And I basically put together a 4-track EP and searched high and low for a name. I was like, well, how do I find a name for this thing? It's so kind of weird and different, not rock. It's kind of somewhat rock. It's got a little bit of punk, all those things you mentioned that you read before. It was definitely electronic. And I knew that it didn't feel right as Marlene. I thought, well, Marlene is the front woman of bands. She's a voice actor. I'm talking about myself in the third person is really odd. I'm sorry, but
but she is.
Yes. So, I had this professional career as a performer as Marlene. So I felt like this wasn't quite that. So I actually looked for a name that was emotionally connected to me. And actually Cyvella comes from the name Cyvella, which is my grandmother's name, without which she was the first person to support me as a performing artist. And she paid for me to go train in London at the Royal Academy of Music. She supported me in ways that others didn't.
Right.
So I felt like this would be a good tribute to her. I changed it a little to Cyvella. It's actually Cyvelle, but then I went Cyvella just to kind of give it an extra syllable. And so that's how the name came about. And then I started just playing around with what Cyvella would look like. And she's gone through multicolors and lots of different images. And I just love playing around with makeup and hair and clothes and just having a little bit of fun. So that is kind of the visual aspect. Yes, see, there you go. I don't even know how to describe that. People have described that to me in many various ways. I'd rather not repeat them.
But how do you describe it? What's the vibe? What's the vision and the message in it?
There's a lot of
Very cool.
Female empowerment. There's a lot about self-expression. There's the color is kind of, feel free with everything that you want to do. There's definitely a point of view in all the material that I've written. It's kind of cynical at times. It has a sense of humor, which people have to pick up. It's kind of subtle. I don't consider myself a comic or funny at all. But it has this kind of angle that I feel, you need to kind of listened to it a couple of times to figure it out. And so I guess that theatrical aspect comes out in the imagery as well. You know, there's a sort of theater character there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I also have a theater background. I mean, that's what I trained in. That's what I, you know, grew up with. Well, not grew up with, but certainly sort of professionally started with. So
These
yeah.
look like fantastic modeling photos as well, like in a high-end magazine.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I would not. Thank you. Yeah, they've been they were taken by my friend at Stage Door Images, and you know, this was actually taken, to be fair, these were taken before I even knew what the music was going to be. I felt like I was creating something, a character. I didn't know what it was. And when the music came to be, I was like, this fits with that. So it kind of happened first, and then the music came without any influence from the image. I had to describe the music to David Laurie, who you mentioned. He's a great producer, also a fellow Brit, and also he's the guitarist to a dark rock band called London After Midnight, and he's very into Gothic and industrial music. Those are his influences. And when we decided to work together, we had to come up with a sound palette. And I just gave him descriptive words like, you know, it's got power. It needs to be powerful. It needs to have like that edge and a bit of raw. You
mean
know,
a little bit of funk?
Yes, a little bit of funk. Yes.
Funkiness.
A little bit of attitude. And I sent him some songs that I felt had some elements of what I wanted. And we sort of came up with a collection of songs that not songs, but a sound palette that we used for all the EP and put in all the songs. He was brilliant at sort of representing what I wanted inside me. So thank you, David, for that. I really appreciate his work and all the effort he made for it.
Look at that cover there. Look at the color.
Can I explain my cover?
That's really terrific.
Thank you. That's actually my mother's design. My mother is a graphic designer, and she came up with my artwork for all my generally my professional life. She's always done my graphics, and it's been really hard to separate myself from her.
Yeah.
I've been looking for other graphic designers and nobody else seems to just get it. I guess she has the inside track because she's my mom and she knows sort of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So she always seems to manage to find exactly the image that I am describing in words, much like David did with the music. So collaborators and the people involved in this project have also been very, very powerful and important to me, and I'm very grateful.
So with this cover, so what is the message? What are you getting across here? I mean, it's really cool.
Well, I mean, message-wise, obviously that particular song was called Dirt.
Yeah. But
dirt isn't necessarily the real meaning of dirt. It can be, I twist it. The dirt in this case can be beautiful and empowering and you know, I'm much better at describing how I feel inside songwriting. It's really strange. I can't actually
put it in words and try to like,
but for sure, there's like this, that song has, it was actually written during the pandemic. That was the last song to join the EP, and it was not a previously written song. And that was co-written with David Laurie, in fact. And I actually wrote that on a plane going to a gig for Led Zeppelin. And I was looking at everyone wearing these masks and feeling the stiflingness of that and what we can't say and how things have changed about the power of words and how people receive them, how people, understand them and how important those two things are. And that's what the song was about. So how like a comment could be received as dirt but it isn't necessarily dirt. So that's what that's where it came from for me. But other people have come up with some pretty incredible interpretations of my songs. So
have they really?
Yeah. Like I asked for people to tell me what they thought, and I would actually have to go and search for it again. But they were like, Mother Earth is dirt, and Mother Earth is, embodies all of life. And, I had things like that, sort of the things, which I thought, well, actually, yeah, that's true. It means that too. So that's the beauty of songs, and that people can interpret them differently to how you meant them.
If people are joining us for the first time and they're not familiar with your work, even pre-Cyvella, tell us a little bit more about your background. Born in Greece, grew up in the UK, and then came to America. You've seen quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I was born in Greece, and at age 5, my father got a job in Venezuela. So I went and lived in Venezuela for 3 years. Then from Venezuela, we went to Belgium. And from Belgium, we went to Cyprus. And from Cyprus, I went to the UK and studied there, trained. I actually have a biochemistry degree as well.
That's right.
And studied there at the Royal Academy of Music for musical theater, and then worked there as well. And then after that, I left the UK and joined a girl band that was pretty popular in Greece. That's a long story cut very short, which kept me out there for quite a substantial amount of time as well. And yes, I'm half Greek, half quarter Cypriot, quarter Scottish, technically. But English has always been my first language, because moving around, I went to English schools. So I always was educated in the English language, and I spoke Greek minimally until I actually went and lived there. And then I think, I felt that Greece wasn't representative of who I am. I felt I needed a change, and I decided to start all over again with no sort of inclination about what I was going to do here in the United States. I'd always felt this pull towards the US. I guess it's because people are from so many different places.
And more freedom of expression, you think?
Yes. I mean, I definitely felt very stifled in Greece. There's a lot of beautiful things about Greece, and things that I appreciate. But as a person and as a personality, I did feel very sort of limited, and not really allowed to express myself in the way I wanted to. And also, people didn't receive or understand what I was trying to do. I found myself in rock music, and it was really hard for them to understand the change from being in a pop girl band to being a rocker. And it was
like, once you're in one, you have to be that like typecast forever.
Right. And so I made the decision to come over, and that was pretty much 8 years ago, come July comes, so the way that it developed here, I was, a professional singer looking for a place to sing. What do I do? How does this work?
Right.
Because I'd worked with artists in Greece. I had a continuous career, and all of a sudden I didn't know anybody. So I found my footing through doing some gigs around town. I joined a few bands. I worked for wedding bands, and then actually, how did it well, technically, Steph Paines, the guitarist of Led Zeppelin, found me, actually, completely by surprise. She found me on Backstage. And
Backstage magazine, yeah.
Yeah, but she found me via, I don't know what she put in the search bar, honestly, but she reached out to me. I guess I said I was a rock singer, and then my picture looked, I guess, somewhat appropriate. I don't know. And she reached out to me and found me there. And I guess that was it. I auditioned for the band. It took me 3 times to audition for them before they took me on as the singer. And that was back in 2016. And it's been a wonderful journey with the girls since then. I truly enjoy being Robert Plant. It's the best job a professional singer could have. Literally be allowed to be the sort of to embody the first rocker of the world, I guess, the real sort of original of Robert Plant and his very unique stylings, which I had to learn and take on. I actually even think that Cyvella has a little bit of Robert Plant going on. I do. I think that there were moments I'm like, I think that sounds a little bit like a little bit of Robert Plant going on in there, but it's very subtle. So yeah, I've been doing. We were touring for continuously all this time, and then of course we stopped. But we actually have a gig coming up in Colorado. We're going to go out and fly out there and play 2 gigs come 29th and 30th of May.
Oh, that's great. That's terrific.
Out of Dirty Dogs, yes. And then there's like some other ones that are booked in there.
Is that Denver area?
Yes. I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact location at the moment. I mean, the place is called Dirty Dogs. So just in case that you're interested, it's a biker. It's outside. We've been there before. So
it's not Red Rocks.
No.
That would be something. Red Rocks is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Famous amphitheater. Yeah.
Oh, we've played the Bluebird there.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've played so many places that my brain kind of doesn't remember all the wonderful places we've played at. So I apologize for that.
So next time when you go, bring a camera.
Yeah, well, yes. So yeah, the Led Zeppelin thing is still going on and I still love it. But, and Cyvella is something separate from that. It's something completely different, nothing to do with classic, rock. It's all electronic. Well, actually, there's some piano and some guitar, but it's minimal. And it falls under the umbrella of, I guess, alternative, if we have to put it under in a sort of specific genre, alternative electronic rock. Somebody said avant-garde, which I kind of loved. I was like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take avant-garde.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that covers your question.
Do you have a vision with it? Is there a trajectory? Is there a journey, or is it so organic that it's still evolving and it's going to be twisted and tweaked and turned based on your emotions and your life experiences and your feelings? It sounds like you don't want to get locked into one specific genre, look, attitude. You want to sort of have this umbrella, but underneath that, there's a lot of different things weaving in and out based on how the world is spinning, what's happening in your life, what's going on around you, some of the influences. Is that sort of what's happening for the future for Cyvella?
Jim Masters, I should recruit you as my my spokesperson.
Marketing and branding, right?
You totally know how to say the right thing. Yes, is the answer to that question. It's definitely something that is in the moment. I feel like, obviously, something like Led Zeppelin is rigid in its, that it's one thing. It's the music of Led Zeppelin. It's that all it is. Yes, there's aspects of each of us in our performance, but we can't go off on a tangent anywhere. Cyvella, on the other hand, can definitely go off on many tangents. Even David said that at the end. He was like, you can go anywhere with this project. There's no rules in it. So that's definitely something that I am really happy about. I have no idea where it's going to go. No idea whatsoever. So I'm still trying to get this one out, and it's been quite a sort of journey understanding, you know, PR and marketing and being the business side and trying to sort of, you know, put it all together on my own. So yeah, it's definitely something that I will grow into more as time goes past.
Which is great. So you're not limited and you're not boxed in and you're not typecast. You can, you know, it'll be morphing along the way and tweaking based on, which I think is great because that leaves it fresh every time people hear it, every time people see you. When there's a new CD out, there's like a freshness to it. It isn't the same old, same old. There might be certain things that are familiar, which is what creates that familiarity that's important so people can know sort of what they're going to get. But you have room and you have this open landscape that you can sort of run into and tackle that will give you the freedom to be able to add a lot of different nuances to it, right? To make it fresh and special.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the one common constant is obviously the voice, you know, the voice, you know, the sounds around it and the look and everything can change. The voice timbre will pretty much stay the same. You can play around with it, but that's part of what Cyvella is anyway. I play around with my voice a lot. I use different parts of it very deliberately so that I have the freedom to continue to do that. It's not like one specific vocal sound.
Right.
So therefore, I guess that is the constant. That will always be the one thing that will be there for Cyvella, the vocal sort of approach. So.
Which is really, really cool because, you know, obviously the vocal is the vocal. It's the pipes you were born with.
Yeah.
But as far as the music itself, you can tweak it. What are some of the things that inspire you along the way? I know we talked about the last time you were on with us. You're an observer of life and you like to feel things. You feel things deeply. And when they move you, it moves you over to start writing music and start wanting to perform. So what are some other things that really inspire you?
Yeah, I mean, it's really things that are happening in the moment. Like I mentioned about the power of speech and what is happening right now with the freedom of it and how, you know, the various angles that people look at it from. That's something that's very today, and that definitely influenced me in the writing of a song. The other song that was recently released on Friday, Rich, that was very much influenced by my experience as a famous pop star in Greece. I just, you know, we went from 0 to 100 in like one day in this girl band, and it struck me as odd and weird, and I couldn't understand why people were so excited just to see us on stage.
For folks who probably are now saying, okay, what was it? What was the name of the band?
Oh, sorry. It's called High Five. It was a Greek pop stars band. Pop stars is I guess it was a precursor to American Idol, kind of.
Yes.
It's a big brand, and it's basically the making of a pop band, and it happened around all different countries around the world. So every European country, I think Australia has one too. I think the only place that didn't really do it was here. And the pop stars band of Greece was called High Five, and I was in that, and we were 5 girls. It didn't necessarily mean each country had, you know, there could be mixed bands or all boys or all, you know, both. They just selected 5 girls for Greece. And the effect of pop stars was obviously this catapulting to fame pretty much off the bat. Like, and it was like this weird disease that went through the people. I don't know, disease is a bad word, but like it was infectious.
Infectious, like
yeah,
addicted to it. They really,
especially the first time it was shown in each country. That's why it was so successful. I guess the second one, people had seen it before, so they weren't that into it. But yeah, and experiencing that from my perspective was particularly striking.
Was it overwhelming? Was it
I
very,
mean,
the demands of it? Because there's all the branding and you got to show up here and be here and you got to live up to the image that's created. A lot of it is so much image oriented.
yes, I mean, yes, I was told I was fat on screen, so on television. So I've had a bunch of experiences with
People can be
image.
tough.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm obviously a sort of more adult now, and probably would laugh something like that off. But at the time, I did take it to heart. And being in front of all these people who are screaming, our names individually because they knew us because we'd been on TV, right? I was like, why? I haven't done anything. I just singing this silly little song. And so that's actually the sort of seed for the song "Rich," and what it means to be rich, and how people perceive richness, and that's why it talks about fame and perfection and all these sort of what I consider superficial aspects of my profession. And I found it really hard to sort of swallow all of that. So that's, I kind of expressed it in that song, and I kind of put it away. And then Cyvella found it.
Yeah, then Cyvella said, is Cyvella an alter ego?
Yes, I think I would definitely call Cyvella an alter ego because I'm not that cheeky, I wouldn't probably even say the things that I say in the songs as Marlaine, and that's why they're so cryptic in the song. There's some quite strong statements in there. I don't know if everyone would pick them up because they're sort of hidden deliberately. So I guess people would have to sort of dig into the lyrics to kind of go, what did she mean? And figure it out. And I think there's only one song on there that isn't really like that. There's that's more personal and has a sort of emotive aspect and about feelings and things like that. And that song is called Soul Defy. But that won't be out till May 28th when the EP comes out officially, properly.
We do have the official video of Rich here that we can show. And tell us, you want to preface it a little bit to intro it?
Sure. So as I mentioned, Rich is the song that was sort of born out of high five experiences. It has a lot of hidden meanings. It's not what it seems. You can't really take it at face value. So the video, which was directed by Alex Ayusilao very beautifully, with the help of 3 wonderful actors and production assistant, George Costandino, we sort of tried to showcase this kind of double-sidedness to what it means to be rich. And I don't want to explain what the video means. I want, people to sort of perceive it, so sort of see what they get from it. But it's definitely a lot darker than what the song sounds like. So that was very deliberate on the part of Alex to get that message across.
The video part of it.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here is Cyvella with Rich on the Jim Masters Show live on a Sunday night. Here we go.
Perfect man, one to match my twisted mind. Mood, sex, and things in common, unfazed by my historic behind. There's perfection in ambition, sacrificing all for one big goal, feeling freedom in the seduction of life's creative fishbowl. Yeah, I wanna be rich, yeah, I wanna be rich, yeah, I wanna get by the easy way. Well, it's the perfect lie, a childhood fantastic wish, fed by the telephonic high, frenzied 15-minute kiss. Please make my life simple, 'cause this life is a bitch. I don't want to be perfect, I want to be rich, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna get by, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna get by. Perfect is a lean, but a lumps and bumps that undesired. Fighting mind, time, and gravity, women wanted, plastic required. Yeah. I don't want to be perfect, I want to be rich, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna get by, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna be rich, yeah. I wanna get by the easy way.
Wow. Very cool. All of it shot in New York City?
Oh yeah, there was a location spot. There was actually a sort of this abandoned house that we lit up. We put we we tried to find something that was going to represent a box that we put people in, and finding the plexiglass during a pandemic was actually quite difficult.
Yes. Something is plexiglass. There was a shortage of plexiglass and toilet paper.
Exactly. So that was actually a drum guards. So we managed to find those. So that's what those are that you see there. And yes, the rest of it, the sort of tail end of it, was shot in Dumbo, on the Williamsburg Bridge, I think, and then just off of Times Square as well. And it has this weird, I don't know, this is more, I guess, for technical people, but we did this super cool effect at the end, which is not green screen. That's all I can say. It's not green screen.
Which, for anybody watching, the green screen is sort of the screen that goes behind. You know it most probably from when you watch the weather people on TV. They have a green screen behind them. So when they're pointing to New York or Connecticut or Philadelphia or whatever, they superimpose that map behind, and it's used in movies and films and everything else. And sometimes it's a way to get things done quickly, a little bit more cheaply, if you can't travel, if you can't go on location, everything else. The fact that you didn't use the green screen means you went all out.
Yes, but if you noticed at the end, the the speed of the people was faster than the speed of me in real time.
Yes.
So that was a very much a specific thing, which you have the exclusive on because we haven't told anybody yet that was.
We have a graphic for that. World premiere exclusive on the Jim
Oh
Master
yes,
Show Live.
okay, that's true. I will reveal it to you if you're interested as to
Yes.
how we did that, because that was not. It was actually very funny. I mean, it was funny to watch. Okay, so the way we did this was we filmed me singing the words slowed down to this impossibly slow version. So I was singing like, I was lip syncing to my voice at I don't even know how slowed down it was, but the whole song was like 9 minutes instead of the 3-minute song. So it was slowed down 3 times. And I had to move at that speed as well, so that when it was sped up normally, I would look like I was walking in pace and singing in time to the music, and everybody else would be super fast. So that's actually, so if you want to go back to look at the video, you can find that on my YouTube channel. And you can look and check and see that effect at the end, because it's definitely a fun little thing that we added on the end there.
That is really cool. We also have another one here. Now, this one is Dirt. Tell us
Yes.
about this one.
So this one, the video is not as intricate or as, this one was something that I put together by myself. And I learned editing. I'm proud of myself.
During a pandemic.
During a pandemic. Yes, I did. I can't say that I'm a super expert or anything.
Everybody's learned something during this pandemic.
Yes.
Everybody's learned something.
which is definitely a positive way to see the pandemic. For me, it was video editing, and I actually used a green screen myself, and learned a little bit about that. And this song, as I said before, was written on a plane, traveling to Colorado specifically with Led Zeppelin. And again, it's about how speech is perceived in general. And I don't know. I guess I can't say much more than that. I hope that you enjoy. It sounds a little weird. The vocal tones are strange. People have asked me, why did you do that with your voice? I'm like, well, that's what I felt like this song needed. So that's what came out. So yeah, you'll hear a different vocal use here as well than
Very
Rich.
cool. It shows your range and your versatility. So we'll check it out. Here's Dirt from Cyvella. Enjoy on the Jim Master Show Live.
Once you say it, then I've heard it running through my mind, just like it seems to matter. Lets my head fill with chatter, creeping through your reverie, a blister popping, can't you see? Fighting, trying, lying, like aligned together, like friends who love each other. Friends who choose love tend to wait. I want to tempt fate, dancing in darkness. I want to resurface. Your breath is much closer. Let's wash ourselves in dirt. Minding words that matter feels like towers of false attitude. Hours of that solitude. Hours of that solitude. Creeping through your reverie with us exploding, can't you see? The hate you make reinstates and multiplies all the walls all around us. Friends who choose love tend to wait. I tempt fate, dancing in darkness. I want to resurface. Your breath is much closer. Let's wash ourselves in dirt, 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 dirt. Dancing in darkness, I want to resurface. Your breath is much closer. Let's cleanse ourselves in dirt. Dancing in darkness, I want to resurface. Your breath is much closer. Let's cleanse ourselves in. Friends who choose love tend to wait. I want to tempt fate, dancing in darkness. I want to resurface. Your breath is much closer. Let's wash ourselves in dirt, 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 dirt. And the words that you choose.
I just thought of a new video that'll be the third one in the series.
Please.
If you combine rich with dirt, dirty money.
You know what? I'm gonna
Write that down.
I'm
Write
gonna.
that down.
I
Dirty money.
I'm
There you
writing
go.
it as we speak. Yes. Look at me. I'm writing it.
You're writing it down.
I am. There we go. In
That's
here.
it.
Yep.
That is it.
It's in there. No, I like it. I like it.
You did that yourself? That was fantastic.
Yeah. Oh my God. My house. Yes, I did that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Clap, clap. Yeah, look at what everybody's saying. Our lovely viewers here. Kathleen Walker says cool. And Charlene, welcome, Charlene. I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anybody watching should subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? And give it some love, right? You think so, Cyvella?
Yes, for sure. Please do. Because this is a very fun show to be part of, actually. So thank you so much. And yes, please subscribe to Jim Masters TV.
Thank you very much. And I love the way you say it in the way that my relatives say it in England. Masters, Jim Masters TV.
Oh, did I just say that? Okay, Jim Masters. Yes, of course.
Masters, because in New York they would say masters. Masters,
Yeah,
Jim Masters.
I mean, my accent has been influenced. I mean, I naturally have this kind of bastardized accent between.
You weave in and out of a lot of different things, which is cool because it matches your personality.
Thank you. I guess that's true. I actually do voice acting and
I know
and in with the British accent mostly. But I know I don't speak like that. So I actually do American stuff as well. But generally mostly British. And but my natural accent has been influenced over the 8 years that I've been here. I came with a much more British accent naturally. So,
that's right.
but I can't say masters. I can't. It's got to be masters.
Masters, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how they said it originally in Yorkshire, England, where they hail from, the Masters.
Oh, really? That's where you're originally from?
My father's father's side of the family, Yorkshire, England. His mother's side of the family, Ireland. And then my mother's side of the family, England, Sweden, and France.
Awesome. You're a mixed combo as well. That's great.
Northern European. I want to show you some of the cool comments coming in. Charlene says, oh my goodness, I absolutely love this. And Crystal Nolan says, awesome video.
Thank you.
Jennifer Barry posted regards to the first video to Rich. She goes, deep, cryptic, cool. She's watching in Pennsylvania.
I love that. I love the fact that she thought it was cryptic because that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Kathleen in New York, claps, claps, claps. And Jennifer Barry also says, so cool. Charlene says, brilliant. Cool from Kathleen as well. And Charlene says, isn't Cyvella absolutely beautiful and brilliant? Of course. Of course.
Bless you. Thank you. That's
and bravo. And talking about dirt. Crystal says, fantastic video with claps and hearts.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I love, oh, this is interesting. Jennifer Berry says, you should work with Johnny Depp or Jeffree Star if he ever got back into his music. Love them both and you. Awesome.
Oh, I'd love to know why. What sort
Yeah.
of sparked that particular?
Yeah,
sort of
Jennifer, tell
reference?
us what it is about those two that you see as far as a vibe where she would be playing off them and them off her. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, very interesting
I
comment,
mean,
huh?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess the Johnny Depp thing I understand because he plays these sort of real extreme characters where he kind of modifies himself quite drastically and plays like what I like some darkness in there too, which I know that I bring out sometimes as well. So I guess that's maybe where she thought that was coming from. That's what sparked in me when she said that.
When you were here last, we chatted about the fact that some of that even comes from your own life experiences, and it comes
Mm-hmm.
out in song, it comes out in music. Just like for comedians and comedians, it comes out in their comedy. For poets, oftentimes it comes out in their poetry. So you get to express it in your music, right? Which can be very
Yeah.
relatable to people.
Yeah. I mean, there's this weird feeling of bearing your soul. And if you've been a little bit isolated or, because I've moved around so much, I don't have like a huge social circle. It feels very vulnerable to let that. And I don't actually know if people feel the same way. I'm, my logical brain says, I'm sure there are people that feel or relate to what I'm saying. But part of this whole struggle with being an artist can be like, how will people feel about what I'm releasing? This is like me inside, and what if they don't like me? And there's this weird side of being an artist which can be quite difficult, and that's something I've experienced these last few months as a solo artist, because there's no one to share the burden with. When you're in a band, it's a band effort, and it's everybody's art together. But on your own, it's just you. So it can feel quite scary. So
Yeah, right, exactly. So how do you do it? What do you call upon within yourself to be resilient and to have that tenacity to just keep going forward?
well, I remember the reasons why I did this in the first place. It was the enjoying myself in the moment of creation and putting this together and having fun creating this character, this alter ego. I try and remember the joy of it, and people have been responsive to the music. Obviously, it's literally just out. I mean, Rich just came out 2 days ago.
It's all brand new. So
Um,
people are seeing this for the first time generally
yeah,
here. Yeah.
it takes and it takes a while for music to seep into the world. As some pretty smart people have told me, it can take years for people to find your music. Finding your audience as an artist, I guess, in 2021 is quite a difficult feat given the amount of noise that's out there.
A lot of blur. Yeah.
And the fact that this music is so different to my professional career so far, what I've built as a persona as Marlaine, can be quite, people appreciate what I'm doing, but it might not be their taste and it might not be their music and I can understand that because I'm the same way. I don't necessarily like everything that somebody produces. So, finding the people that are going to resonate with this music is the challenge right now, and that's the hard part.
Do you have an audience in mind? Can you vision the consumer of the material or no?
It's really hard to do that, and I know that you're supposed to in marketing and all of this.
They would tell you to, yeah.
Yes, but it's so hard. Obviously, because it's so personal, and that's the hard part of
Very
of marketing.
individualized. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel, I just go, okay, my brain gets in a jumble. I go, okay, I can't think of, I mean, I'm trying to target specific people, you know, but it's finding its way on its own to people that are not necessarily what I would have thought. So great, you know, there you go. I told you, somebody put me on this playlist for avant-garde vocals. I was like, really? Okay, you know. So that was like a sort of and then people are like synth pop
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
like that. So I'm like, great, you know. I don't necessarily know where they're taking it, and that's the hard part of doing something that's not got a specific genre and doesn't have a specific label to it. And I you know, we've tried to give it a label, but it doesn't quite fit. And you know, it's going to take a while, you know, and that's the, you know, having the patience to see this through can be challenging. But people, you know, put their faith in me, and there's no way I'm giving up. So I'm seeing it through to as far as I can go, so far as it goes.
Was it something that's been burning and yearning inside you for a while that you had to release and share with the world?
Um, you know, if you'd asked me this like January last year, I probably would have said no, because I was so busy doing other things. But come, you know, April, May, June, stuck inside, I guess it did become something burning, because I didn't want to. Other artists were like doing cover songs, they were going online, they were doing all these things, and it didn't feel. I was like, why am I doing this? That doesn't feel right to me. I want to do something else, because there's no audience there. I'm a live performer, and without the audience,
Yeah, it's
there
different.
needs to be something else. Some other energy needs to come from somewhere else. I'm not. I don't do that well with camera. You know, I'm so glad you're there because I can see you. Because if it was, if you weren't there, I'd be like, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, yeah. Ah,
I'm back.
yeah. No, please come back. So yeah, like this thing did end up becoming a burning thing. Yeah, I had to absolutely get it out there somehow. Creating it was one part. Releasing it and planning and all of that is a whole other part. And I'm getting through this release part. I really want to get to another creative part. We get through this part so that we can get to the next one.
Exactly.
Like, I want to do the next song. I want to create the next, you know, thing. So
Do you have a good team behind you that's helping along the way, or is a lot of it you?
It's a lot of it is me. I have, you know, I've hired a PR company, and I've, you know, got the support of people that are, you know, have been there for a while. But yeah, essentially it's me. That's the way it is nowadays for artists. And I have to say it's a strange experience, because I've been on the other side of it as well, you know,
Where there
with the
was,
recording,
yeah,
with the record industry
all of
properly.
these people that were sort of building it and creating it and doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on the other side of everything being done for you. And not to say, and as I said, that was not necessarily what I liked or enjoyed or felt was representative of me. So this other side of creating it from inside me and seeing it through is definitely a great learning curve. It's something that at the other end, I hope to be stronger for it. It can get hard at times, but you know, we're pushing through it, and hopefully people will enjoy it and find the music.
Do you already have more music that is in your head that you want to express with to the world?
Actually, at this point, it's so overwhelming doing what I'm doing, and at the same time, I'm going to be moving house, and so at this moment, no, I feel a little creative. Actually, okay. So I'm actually in the. Sorry, change of subject. I'm creatively. There is.
3, 2, 1, go.
I am in the process.
Lot going on. Lot going on.
Yes, I am in the process of putting together some videos, which is definitely a creative thing. And we're discussing about how to put together a third video for Soul Defy, and that's going to be something that's going to occupy my brain for the next 3 weeks, and how it's going to come together. And I'm also putting together a little live recording of Rich with a piano.
Well, that's cool.
So I am doing other things that are creative. They're just not creating new music. They're creating new visuals, which is something that I do enjoy as well. So that's yeah. But I am looking forward to the time that I will actually create some new music. Yes.
How about things outside music? What are some other things that you enjoy doing that, because sometimes you need to step away from what you love in order to refresh, reboot, reconnect, so you can come back into it fresh, re-energized with a clear head. So what are some of the things you do to step away that also fill your soul?
Well, I'm not sure about how much it fills. Well, actually, it does fill my soul. I like lifting weights. That's something that I discovered about 2 years ago. I'd always done cardio before and hated it with a passion. But then I discovered lifting weights, and there's this weird meditative mood that I fall into with trying to lift a weight. And unfortunately, I had several different things that happened to me this past year, which had knocked me out of being able to do weights. And that has been extremely hard to deal with, because I haven't had that outlet. I was injured. I actually went to Hawaii and got injured in Hawaii, and then couldn't really enjoy Hawaii as much as I would have liked. But at least I was injured in Hawaii, if you know what I mean.
Why did you surf those 80-foot waves? I told you to stay away from those in Maui.
I wish it was surfing. I wish I could say that was what it was.
And who got injured, Marlene or Cyvella?
That would be a question.
Yeah.
I feel like
you could shift the pain to the other one.
Yeah. So yeah, I've literally been back maybe 2 weeks from my pain-free now. So
it's that recent, huh?
Yeah, it took forever to go away. But prior to that, I had appendicitis, and then I had the surgery and all of that, which took me out of whack then. So yeah, weights is something that I really was missing the past 3 months, and now I'm going. And also, my body doesn't like it. I've put extra weight on. I'm like, I have to lose it, So that's definitely one thing that I do. I do, fortunately or unfortunately, watch a lot of TV and TV series, and find that is a way to get disconnect from what I'm doing.
Sort of escape and right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm also one of these people that could be watching several series at the same time, meaning I start one and I'll start another. And
do you bore easily?
That's
a yes.
I don't want to say it's boredom per se. It's like it has to pique my interest in a way that's unique. So I am addicted to British TV shows. I find them very intriguing.
What are some of your favorites?
Broadchurch.
There's a lot of them on PBS, of course. PBS connection. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching. What's the latest one? Shetland and Broadchurch and my brain is stopped now.
You like the British comedies too?
Holmes. Yes. I'm more dramatic. I like drama.
So do you like Downton Abbey?
Actually, that is one I did not watch. I've watched The Crown though.
The Crown, yes.
The Crown is amazing. But it was very sort of I actually really like TV series that give you some idea of history,
Right.
stuff that I don't know, like I didn't know. Like also John Adams was one like that as well on HBO.
Right.
It taught me a lot, you know, being that I'm not from here, and how America was started. And I do enjoy those. But yeah, like TV is definitely something I watch probably too much of. But
You
yeah,
watch old movies and nostalgic programs too?
um, not really. Although I do like some old movies, but that's not my thing. No, I'm more into whatever newest, you know, sci-fi murder mystery is come out. Um, but yeah, like I have a dog, and he's a rescue, and he's something that I like to spend time. He's something. I like to spend time with my dog. That's another sort of
What's his name?
hobby. His name is Loki.
Loki.
He is a rescue from Korea from the meat farms.
Wow.
And he is particularly fearful as well. He's a fearful dog.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, and he hasn't really gotten over it. He's about 4 years old now, and he's terrified of humans. So he's very good dog inside. He loves us. But when we go outside, before I came on the show with you, we took him to a dog park, and it's this like huge adventure every time to take him out to the dog park because he gets so scared of people.
Was
And
today not a gorgeous day or what?
it was totally gorgeous, and that's why we went out.
We did too. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was phenomenal today here in the Northeast. Really
Mhm.
beautiful. Yeah. So it sounds like you got a lot of cool things coming, and you're still developing, and you're still finding certain things out. You're not locked into anything. You're an ultimate creative. That's what it is. Your mind is always racing. You're always creating. You're always thinking. You don't want to be chained into anything, which could be very cool and ultimately extremely creative. And it's obvious that you reinvent yourself. And some of the most successful artists are artists who reinvent themselves. They have a certain core, a certain unique nature to them. But as times change, as we go through cycles, as they go through cycles in their own life, there is sort of like either mini or major reinventions, which is how you have longevity as well. And you get to stay creative and inventive and enjoy the process at the same time. That's the whole thing to it, because if you're stuck in a rut where everybody is telling you what to do and how to do it and do this and don't do that, and you lose the essence and authenticity of who you are. Sure, money could be good, other things could be good, but you're not doing it for the right reasons that are in your heart. So you have crafted something quite unique out for yourself, where you've given yourself space, air, freedom, and this openness to be able to morph and tweak and develop without signing on the dotted line. Just develop as you develop and continue to, experience your life's journey.
Yeah, well, thank you again for expressing my life so well. I appreciate that. Yes, I definitely feel that it's this continuous journey that's going to be happening, and I don't know where it's going. I do have to say that it can be quite scary not knowing.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And also, the ultimate dream is it a dream? I don't know. Making money from your art is something that I think we all aspire to a degree. I mean, I know there's probably there's some people with like belief system that believes they shouldn't even be making money from their art. But I like to think that people should make money from their art, and live off of it. And that is to be fair, the dream that I aspire to. But I am also fully aware that that might not happen. You know, I might not be able to make a living as Cyvella, because it's so hard to, as we said, you know, break through the noise and find enough people to support you that will allow you to be financially independent. So I am pretty grateful that I have several other things that feed me. So, and also I find that I don't even know if I'd want one singular thing to feed me. I don't even know if I would want it to just be Cyvella, for example, even though Cyvella keeps changing or will change. I don't know. Maybe ultimately it's better to be so many different things. And that's actually who Marlaine is. I definitely feel that I have to be different things. I have to keep doing new things all the time. Like I like doing theater. I like doing Shakespeare. I like doing voice acting, animation.
What is the one thing that speaks to your heart first and the most of all
See,
these things that you have your toes in?
see, that's I would okay. I would say that making money from my music would be the most important to me.
And music that touches people
Yeah,
and
like it's
inspires them and gets them feeling good about themselves and their lives.
yeah, because ultimately that's what it means. Like the connection you have with your audience is what matters. It's this weird, and specifically live shows is what I love to do. That's for me
So do I.
is yeah. It's having an actual audience
There's
is
an
what I
energy.
thrive on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my when I have like even with different kinds of performance, I honestly I don't know what it's like yet to do my own music in front of a huge audience. That has not happened yet, so I don't know. But certainly I have a lot of experience singing other people's music in front of a large audience, very large audiences. And I learned during that time that there's this kind of real true moment that you're in the moment. That's it. Like you're absolutely in the moment when you're singing and performing to the audience, and they give you this energy and you're giving them the energy. And it's like my zen. The closest that I could describe, that there's no other word. It's like the ultimate place to be in the moment.
You're totally zen. You're totally in the zone. You're
Yeah.
totally you.
Yeah. And there's no, and it's totally related to the audience. If they're not there, I can't get it. It's absolutely reliant on them. So that I have yet to feel it, as I said, with my own music. So I don't even know what level that would be. But hopefully, hopefully I will get there. But even if I don't, I have had this other experience of performing in front of loads of people and having this sort of Zen moments.
Do you ever doubt yourself?
Oh my God, of course.
Does that get in the way?
Of course.
And how do you work through it when you have those moments of doubt? How do you let it not stop you from going forward with what you want to really do?
That's an interesting question because I've been struggling with that myself recently, and being very aware of how I'm feeling and the reasons why I feel a certain way. And I have a sort of separation between my logical brain and my emotional brain, and understanding logically that where I am emotionally is not necessarily true or the reality of the situation. Talking to myself, I sound like a crazy person.
It's a
Talk to
good
myself.
thing. I do it all the time. Everybody does. And anybody says they don't, that's fake news.
Okay.
We all do.
Okay.
It's a good thing to
Good.
do, to work it out by speaking. It's a good thing.
Yeah. So, of course, I've doubted myself multiple times throughout my career. At some point, I've been doing singing for so long that there's this baseline of, okay, I know what I can do. This is, you know, I've established that through years of experience. You know, that's there, and that will never go away, even if I have a bad night. You know, I've had bad nights. I'm like, oh, next time I'll do it better. You know, one of the reasons I don't like cameras in live shows is because, you know, they immortalize the imperfections in a way that isn't actually representative of what was going on in the moment. You know.
So do you feel when they do that, you're being judged
Oh
on the
yeah.
spot? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
they're not getting the complete picture. They're just getting a snapshot of one thing that was off. And then they sum it up as that's the entire experience of who you are based on 3.5 seconds of something that happened, as opposed to looking at the entire existence of the person and the body of their work, right?
Right, exactly. And that unfortunately is a sort of the time we live in right now. So, you know, trying to sort of perfect 3.5 seconds every, you know, is can be quite difficult.
Yes.
So just, you know, I've learned to just try and enjoy the moment when you've got it there, and believe in that, you know, go back to the things that, you know, go back to the experience, remind yourself of, you know, the things you have achieved, and, you know, be grateful for the people who are giving you positivity in the moment, like yourself, talking about levity and positivity. I love that. That's a way to work through it. That's a way to work through the negative, the doubt. But for sure, I think anybody who doesn't have doubt is probably quite weird.
They're not growing and expanding. They're just stuck. They're stuck in a particular point in time where they don't see anything forward, right? If they're just stuck in negativity, the only way that you can have success and that you can grow is if you see positivity, because you're always hopeful. And through that positivity, that's what gets you through all of the bumps in the road, is the constant seeing of the positivity. Taking the lemons and turning them to lemonade is basically it. You may have lemons, but it's like, hey, all right, we've got the lemons. We can't stay stuck with the lemons. What are we going to do with them? Let's make some lemonade and serve it for others. So it's that kind of analogy that there's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of angry, negative, you know, self-absorbed people out there. But if you surround yourself with the good and the kind and the empathetic and people who believe in what you're trying to say and do, even though sometimes to you it might seem a little discombobulated from time to time because you're just not sure, but there's still underneath that heart and soul that's driving that forward movement. That's the best equation, to have those people that see sort of what you're seeing and they want to believe in you and invest in it through however they invest in it with their time or anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Those people are the gems of our existence, I think, as artists. And finding them can be quite, you know, when you find them, it's very beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely. Jennifer says, looks like you have black butterfly wings behind you. So cool.
I have fur,
It's
little
sort of,
fur epaulets. They're little fur epaulets. Look.
very nice. Very nice.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
It's funny. I'm just so I can explain where I am, because this
let's see
this ridiculous space station it does not belong to me. It's a mixing desk with an extraordinary amount of buttons and knobs. It belongs to my boyfriend. We live together, and it's been hard to find an isolated room, so I've come into here to talk to you guys from this room of what as I said, I call it the space station. It's really quite something. I wish I could show the whole room to you.
It looks like NASA. It's really cool.
It does. he's a drummer slash audio engineer, and his response to the pandemic was to purchase a lot of electronic gear. And we all had our response.
Vices. Yeah.
So he
we all ate a lot, that's for sure. We were supposed to be 6 feet apart from each other, but they didn't tell us we were supposed to be 10 feet away from our refrigerators.
Exactly. So, well, I mean, that went without saying. I think everybody's done that.
As
But
comfort food.
Yeah, for sure. But like Elliot was comfort equipment. So that's what this is.
So has he been creating and everything during all this too? And you guys work together?
Oh, no. Sorry, I know that sounds very funny. No, we don't work together.
Especially the way you said it.
I know.
No.
Because
that was definitive.
Being a singer, obviously I've had relationships with people in bands. It kind of goes hand in hand. And I did that for so many years that I didn't want to work together with my partner anymore. That was something that I felt put a pressure on the relationship. More that I think it could be just me. I mean, I look at other people that it all functions beautifully. It just didn't do that with me. So Elliot, yeah, he's a drummer. He's in a metal band. His taste in music is very, very different from mine. And he does do his own creative drumming little videos that he puts up online. But as a band, they haven't actually released any new music because they were in the middle of a tour as well when the pandemic hit. So they're waiting to start touring again soon, I hope, for them as well. But he's also a hobbyist in audio engineering and loves to play around with electronic sounds. But it's so different to anything that I would do. So we've never really ever worked together. It might be nice to do once, but I
was gonna say, does he give you like tips, pointers, suggestions, anything about any of it?
Yeah, he'll for example, I said I was going to do an acoustic live recording with a piano of Rich. So he will probably mix that for me. He'll, I've done that before. Like I did a little live recording. When I keep doing live like this because it's not really live, it's recorded, but it is sung live. And I did that with a wonderful pianist. I did a cover version of Dream On by Aerosmith with a piano. And that's her name is Matea Leko, and she was out in Cyprus. And he mixed that for me as well. And so any little projects I'm doing here and there, he'll help me out to like with the sound part of it. And he helps me with all my little sound issues for voiceovers. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it doesn't work. Help. Like damsel in distress is terrible. And he'll come along and he'll kind of he'll press a button or something and he'll fix it.
He'll press that magic easy button, like in the Staples commercials, easy. And then all of a sudden it's
yeah. Like, I mean, he bought me my microphone, my Neumann microphone for my voiceovers. He's bought me my preamp. He improved my voiceover studio quite a lot. So thanks to him, I have a little booth and a little setup. It's not here though. This is his space.
Are you working on any voiceover projects now for anything coming up that we can also look out for?
Let me think. So I do a lot of corporate videos, a lot of medical videos.
Which I've done some of that, doing voiceover work, and the medical jargon
yes,
really. But you have sort of the scientific background. Does it come easy for you?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's the Greek that helps the most, because the Greek, there's so much Greek in in medical jargon as it is. And so I look at a long word and I see the Greek in it. And so it doesn't, I sometimes have to work out how to pronounce it, but in sort of English, but I can figure it out, you know.
So when they hand you a really thick, heavy duty, intense script, you say it's all Greek to me.
Yes, and I'm super happy and I smile. Yeah, I do a lot of medical ones and a lot of corporate video, sort of mission statements and inspiring. Like I did something for the United Nations. This was a while back. Like just a lot of it is private.
Yeah, like in-house corporate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think what I did recently that might actually be out there, but my brain is stopped. When I do remember, I'll let you know.
Yes, you could text me and then I'll update our lovely viewers. And
yeah.
so it sounds like, you know, you've got things going in a good direction and you're enjoying life, and this whole new imaging of Cyvella is a fantastic thing. And again, you know, the invention and reinvention, you know, you're taking the sort of the essence of who you are already and not throwing that out the window. You're sort of tweaking it and enhancing it, and you're bringing it to a new level and something new for people to enjoy and experience while having fun doing it. It's mystical, it's magical, it's intriguing, just like some of the viewers have said, which is kind of cool, right?
Yes, for sure. I mean, I can't imagine having not done it now. It's been quite a journey, and as we said, it's still continuing. I definitely enjoy playing with hair as well.
Yes, as we could, as we.
Sorry, I just had to say, because you're showing all the pictures and I look completely different, so I had to say it.
Charlene says, "Great doggy parenting together."
Yes.
And Jennifer says, "I went out with drummers too back in the day." Charlene says, "No working together."
Yes, I mean, you know, there's some. You know, they say singers and bass players and singers and keyboard players, all the different kind of relationships that exist, you know, and I could probably attest to a lot of that being true. But Elliot isn't your normal drummer, or like he has his own business. And so he's not a reliant on being a drummer for a living. So that takes huge pressure off. I think two people in a relationship that are that reliant on other people for work can be really hard. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. This was cool, my friend. We really covered a lot of ground. We always do.
Yes.
We cover so much ground, and congratulations on the new things that are happening, and with Cyvella and this sort of this new vision. And we will keep a lookout for more from you. And I wish you nothing but continued love and joy and blessing and success. And I can't wait till soon. We'll be, you know, in the Big Apple there, and we'll get together and break bread.
Oh my God,
toast.
I'd love to. I'd love to. And you know, today was Greek Easter, so I have to say Christos Anesti, and you're supposed to say Alithos Anesti, and I have an empty glass, but I'll just.
All right, we will toast.
Yeah.
Now, do they toast in Greece? Because when we were shooting on a lifestyle travel TV series that I was in hosting, somebody there said that they don't necessarily toast in Greece, that it's looked at negatively or something. I couldn't believe that.
Stini yasas. That means to your health.
To your health.
Stini yasas. Yeah, no, we definitely
empty glasses. How'd that happen?
I know, right? But yeah, no, we definitely toast. I mean, you know, maybe they came from a different place. You know, might be some traditions from other areas.
They were on Samothraki Island.
Oh, well, there you go. It might be because they were islanders.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm from Athens.
The island of the Greek gods and all, and yeah.
It
was really cool. We were there. We swam in the North Aegean Sea, and we were there. It's beautiful. It's very rugged island. But we were with a family that has a restaurant actually in Connecticut, a pizza restaurant. But then they wanted us to film and sort of follow them. And they have a little restaurant there, actually right as the ferry drops you off, because we flew from New York to Athens, and then we had to go to, is it Alexandroupoli?
Alexandroupoli.
The way you say it.
Yep.
And then take a 90-minute ferry from there to Samothraki Island.
Okay.
And when you get off the ferry, their restaurant is tiny little family restaurant where they fish in the ocean every day to get the fresh fish, lots of lamb, of course, or goat, and a lot of other cool things. It was just a really raw, real experience. I was swimming in this really frigid black pool of water, and it was with these cliffs around us and the waterfalls coming off. It was the coldest water I've ever been in my life, but what was cool about it was that the people that took us there on the journey, as that we were filming, they didn't tell us until we were in the middle of this pool of water, which was fresh water, so you don't float. And because it's a combination of the fresh water and it's frigid, you're like, because you're not floating and because it's freezing cold. The reason why the water is black, it's not because of anything about the water itself, is because they said, oh, we forgot to tell you guys, as they're filming us in the middle of this black pool of water, there's no measurable bottom.
Oh.
So suddenly you're now in water where there's it never ends and it's black. And because it's fresh water, you don't really float. So the water is up to here. So you've got the water all at that level. And you're like, is the Loch Ness monster about to come out of this? There's got to be a bottom. They said there's no measurable bottom. They didn't tell us until we were swimming in the middle of it so they can get the perfect shot for the show, looking down from a cliff of us swimming and waving. Then they said, oh, guys, we just want to let you know, they never found a bottom. Like, what?
That's so cool. I've not been to Samothraki, so
it's really beautiful.
That's every island is unique. Every island has something very special about it. The little mom and pop restaurants that you just described are pretty much prevalent on all the islands.
Yes.
And especially, I went 2 years ago, because Greece has been struggling financially. The whole family will work there, from grandmother to teenager. They have
That's exactly how it was. Yeah. Everything made from scratch. And let me tell you, when they came out with the food, we thought that they were coming out with all this food because of the fact that we were filming. They said, no, this is how it is every night. That table was filled with so many dishes. And then the father brings out the bouzouki and starts playing live for us. And it was just really amazing.
Yeah, I miss that so much. I'm hoping to go home this summer to see my dad, who lives in Greece. My mom lives in Cyprus, and hopefully, I can go and visit them and experience that again.
Absolutely right. I want to show you some of the comments coming in from our lovely viewers, and it's nice everybody joined us, and some will watch this later in the archives because we know people lead busy lives. So that's why we archive everything at Jim Masters TV on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily live JMS Live episodes and other content. Charlene says, great show. Thanks, Jim. Love you, Marlene.
Thank you, Shar. Cyvella. Thank you, Shar.
And Mary Bishop in Florida says, it was great seeing you tonight, Cyvella. Take care.
Thank you so much.
And she's watching in sunny Florida. Kathleen Walker says, cool show. Thanks, Jim and Cyvella. Thank you very much as well. We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. You're the best, my friend. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Once again, we're chatting for almost 2 hours, but it never feels like that. It's always it's not an interview. It's a conversation, and we learn so much and we share so much. And it's always great when you're on the show. So I wish you nothing but joy and satisfaction and continued success with everything you're doing. And once again, I always say, I hope the show met whatever expectations that you had and that you enjoyed the time with me as much as I certainly have with you, my friend.
Well, thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate your time, and congratulations on your show. You said it's like the 400th episode, called for your huge milestone. So, and I love coming on the show with you because it's always I never know what we're going to talk about, and I love that I don't. And
Right.
I love that you know how to say the things I can't. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. I'm very intuitive. That's
You
what I've been
are,
told.
definitely.
Intuitive and a high-level empath, I keep hearing. So I guess
Definitely.
some of that works well.
For sure. I agree. I'm in agreement.
Well, I toast you, my friend. You be well. Let's
You
stay
too.
connected as we always are, and
Yes.
spread the word about our show, and we'll continue celebrating you and your music. And we'll have you back again soon, okay?
Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you.
You
Bye-bye.
too, Cyvella. You take care.
Take care. You too, Jim.
Bye-bye
Thanks.
now.
Bye.
Cyvella, live from New York City. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And again, she's got some really new cool things that she's working on, and you got a chance to sample some of it tonight. If you missed anything in this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live, you know what you can do. All you have to do is stick with us on YouTube at Jim Masters TV, 24/7, 365. All of the episodes are there for you to enjoy. The audience calls me a bingeable Mr. Lovety, which I think is really, really cool. And that means you can binge watch our shows. Our shows are very bingeable because there's always inspiring conversations, great entertainment, and you never know what we're going to do, what we're going to talk about. And that is what a traditional entertainment lifestyle talk show series is all about. Different guests, different topics, host and viewer interaction, and a whole host of other great things that make up a show like this. Thanks to everybody who watches. Thanks to all of you who support by watching, sharing, tagging, celebrating what we're doing here, this wonderful community we have created. We're now just about at the 1-year anniversary of the Jim Masters Show Live, 7 days a week, over 400 episodes. And this isn't even my full-time job. I work in television and radio and stage professionally and still do all of that, and then do this. And this is like a full-time job, doing this show with everything that it entails, with every aspect of putting on a show that is of this length, of this epic nature, and production value and all the rest. So we love it, and we love doing it. And we've met so many wonderful people through it too. Not only these incredible guests, but all of you who watch, who tag, who share, who celebrate. That's what it's all about. So whatever you get from the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, I hope it's something that puts a smile on your face, inspires you, entertains you, educates and informs you, and you pay it forward. You tell others about it. That's what it's all about. I've been doing that kind of work for years professionally, and I love doing it here for all of you. We thank Cyvella for joining us here tonight. It was an epic conversation, very authentic and open and real, with cool videos and photos and your viewer interaction and so much more. And that's what makes it, a full experience. It's not just me talking at you. We bring you into the fold. And if you love this, give it a thumbs up on our YouTube channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Drop a comment on our YouTube channel. We would love that. Many of you love to do that. We love that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't, Jim Masters TV. We will be back tomorrow. We have a full week of amazing levity and guests. Ryan Silverman is with us tomorrow night. He's a brilliant Canadian actor and singer and performer. On Monday, he'll be here, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Giles Howe will be with us. Coming up on Tuesday, he's a wonderful playwright, writer, producer, actor based in Florida. He's originally from Europe. And then on Wednesday, Broadway star Jason Gray is going to be with us live on our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, The Jim Masters Show Live. That is Wednesday. Then Thursday, Marty Thompson's going to be with us, the RC Crooner, which is going to be really, really cool. And then on Friday, musical director, brilliant award-winning musician, Songwriter and producer Tracy Stark is going to be with us. And today is her birthday. So we're going to celebrate her birthday on Friday, when she's with us on Friday of this week. And again, if you're watching this episode a year from now, none of this matters. All you have to do is scroll back in our archives and see these episodes. But if you're following along with us live, she will be with us this coming Friday. The next Saturday, a brilliant actor, Ryan Duncan, is going to be with us as well. We look forward to Ryan joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Earlier today, if you missed our other episode, live from Ireland, 14-year-old singing sensation, musician, singer, actress Rosa O'Reilly was with us for a special afternoon episode of the Jim Masters Show Live, which we had a lot of fun, lots of Irish crack. It was a really good time. And if you missed that episode, it was very special. Check that out on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. And we do archive all of our episodes of our series for you, for your binge watching. We realize they can't all be here live when we're here live. We also realize that there's thousands of people who watch our show who don't comment. They just watch and enjoy. Perfectly fine. We love that. Whether you comment during our show, when we're live in our chat during the show, or you comment later on our YouTube channel, or you just sit back and watch. As long as you're here and you're enjoying it, we really appreciate that. If you missed an episode, 24/7, 365, all of the episodes are there for your enjoyment. And tell everybody, share it, share the lovity. Tell folks about what we're doing here on the Jim Masters Show Live. We love it. And don't forget to smile, everybody, and share the smile. Don't forget to share the lovity. Don't forget to find your Zen place. Mine is the ocean. I swim, surf, boogie board, sail it, and float in it and walk it. And we were at the ocean, just near the ocean, the coast today, cycling and walking just before this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live with Cyvella. Of course, the ultimate for me is time with loving family and friends. That is the ultimate. And of course, my work in television and radio and stage, on air, on camera, and behind the scenes. That is always work I love, and I love to do it and share it with all of you professionally and on this show as well. And as always, gang, we say, don't forget to relax. Don't forget to love one another. Don't forget to share the lovity. We've created an amazing community here on the Jim Masters Show Live. It's unique, it's special, it's different, and it's a hoot. Love one another and love yourself. Make sure you love yourself. Take time for yourself. Even if you're the ultimate caretaker, make sure you take time for yourself. It's very important to do that. Breathe from the diaphragm and relax. I know the life that we live can get a little crazy every once in a while. If we've learned anything about the last 12 months, life can be unpredictable. Life is precious. Life can be crazy. So savor every moment and live it to the fullest and pay it forward and relax. We show this at the end of every episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. Good to see all your happy faces. Thanks to everybody who participated, commented, or just kicked back and watched. That's perfectly fine. We love it. We've got a bevy of incredible entertainment, inspiring conversations, knowledge building, and so much more for you coming up on future episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live. Again, click the like button on the YouTube channel. We would love that. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. You don't miss any of our pop-up shows as well. And love it. Juanita says, night, night all. Thank you, Juanita. You're still here, Juanita. You are quieter than normal. Good to see you, Juanita. That's double lovity for you. And Kathleen, have a great night, Jim. Thank you for this show, and thank you for being a wonderful you. Thank you, Kathleen. We're getting closer and closer to getting together in the Big Apple. I can't wait. Good night to you as well. And the Mets pulled it out last night, didn't they? We saw that. Congrats on 400, Jim. Love you. Thank you, Jennifer Barry in the mountains of Allentown, Pennsylvania. And Jen is Zen in the mountains. Good night, everyone. Have a good night. You too, Mary Bishop. Thanks, as always, for being with us here on JMS Live. You have a great night, gang. We'll be back tomorrow. We love when you guys are here. It's always something really, really special. And we always have a great time. And don't forget, we also have a Facebook page for our group, JMS Live Lovity Hall. And it's very active. You guys are really active in it. And I love that. And I chime in every once in a while to say hello. And you don't type in your sleep. You are in a dream sequence right now, Juanita, there in South Africa. I'm not really here doing this show live. You think I'm here doing the show live because you're always here for every episode. And we love that about you, Juanita, in South Africa. So what's happening to you right now is you are sleeping. You are sound asleep in your bed. You're dreaming. Cyvella wasn't really here. I'm not really here wearing this pink shirt. None of this exists. This is a figment of your imagination as you are sleeping. It's mystical, magical Zen. Actually, my legs are telling me I have been sitting here for 2 hours, so we are really here live. Thanks, Juanita. We have that face. We got to laugh, gang. You got to laugh. You got to have levity. jmslive, Levity Hall, is our Facebook group. And there's no charge. You just hop in and have fun. And we're also collecting videos. Those of you who want to send us a video telling us why you love the Jim Masters Show live. Did I just crack my voice? Love. Why? I think I'm 13 years old again. Why you love the Jim Masters Show live. You can send us a video, make it on your phone, your camera, your laptop, computer, whatever it is, because we're going to have, this week is our 1 year anniversary coming up. 1 year during this whole pandemic, we've been doing this show nonstop, just about 7 days a week, just about, and sometimes 2 shows a day, while still living life and the demands that life brings, all for you guys. So if you've enjoyed this, if this has been a wonderful ride for you, if you really feel connected with this show, we would love it if you make a quick video and you send it to us. That would be fantastic, because we're going to air it on a very special episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. We're building a very special episode. This is our anniversary week coming up, but in May, we're going to do a very special episode. We don't want to just throw something together quick now. We want to take time to build something nice. Plus, some of the viewers are sending in these quick videos they're making that we will air on the night of the celebration of the anniversary of JMS Live. So you still have time. You can send it to jimmasterstv@gmail.com. jimmasterstv@gmail.com. That is the email address to reach the show. And you can make a quick video telling us why you love the show, some things you love about the Jim Masters Show Live. And you will be on our show on our anniversary. You'll be a part of our anniversary episode, which is amazing. This show has really gone a long way since a year ago. I remember sitting in this chair, not this chair, actually a different chair, and just talking directly to the camera. I didn't have a guest. I just turned on the camera lights and just started talking. And the people started noticing it. People that know me from television and radio and from work I do, and other people on Facebook and YouTube and elsewhere just started coming in. And then guests that I've interviewed on television and radio have wanted to be a part of it. And then friends are telling me about guests and all these different things that have happened as a result of turning on those lights 1 year ago and saying, hey, I'm Jim Masters. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. Matter of fact, when we started it off, it was just Jim Masters Live, and then the Jim Masters Show Live. And now it's that and JMS Live. So we have a good time. Jim, did you see my video of my family ghost slamming me front door? Happens all the time. I'm used to it. Yes, I did. And you posted it in our group, JMS Live, Levity Hall. Very cool. And then I made a video when we were walking along the coast this afternoon. I don't know how I did it, but we squeezed in a cycle and walk in between the show we did in the afternoon, live from Ireland, and then tonight's show with Cyvella. Now what I need to do is eat. I have had no dinner yet. Crazy, crazy. We've got to work in sleep and dinner in this show somehow. No eating yet, and we're going to eat effective ASAP. We're going to do it right now. So gang, we're going to sign off. Thanks for all the levity. If you want to make a video, again, send it to us at jimmasterstv@gmail.com. Also, if you have guest suggestions, if there's people that you would like to see on the Jim Masters Show Live, you know how we welcome all the guests, how we take care of the guests, how we love all of you, our viewers. You can send suggestions. Tell some of the people you know. Maybe they would love to hop on. We are pretty much booked with guests all the way into June, which is quite amazing. But we're always welcome to see some possible guests you might want to see on the show. jimmasterstv@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us. We love you all, and Juanita says, hope we're having a collective dream because this is great. It's a good dream, isn't it? Thanks, Jim, for all you do. We love you too. Go eat and get some rest. Thank you, Dr. Juanita. I shall do that. And kisses from Kathleen in New York City as well. Gang, you're the best. We do the best we can here, and we do it together. We love you all, and we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with wonderful actor Ryan Silverman, Canadian actor, singer, performer. He's going to be with us tomorrow night on the Jim Masters Show Live. If you're here with us, fantastic. If you can't be with us, you can always see the episodes in our archives for your liking. And you can, don't forget, you can share the episodes too. If there's an episode you're like, hey, my friends, my family would love to see it, just share the YouTube link and let them enjoy it as well. We love you all. You have a good night. All right, gang. Thanks for being with us on the Jim Masters Show Live. You take care and be well. See you again soon. Bye-bye.